4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, everyone. It is the 22nd of January of 2023. We're already 3 weeks through the month of January, getting ready to head into February. I'm hoping all of you are staying safe out there. A happy Lunar New Year to all those that do celebrate it. Also, it's time to file those taxes, so hopefully you've got some good news coming your way. And if the tax man does come a-knocking, hopefully it's not for too much money. Over the last few videos, we've had a chance to talk about a lot of things, mostly my past. Talking about how I found out who I was, how I hid who I was, and all of the trauma and everything that caused in my life, and then finally how I was able to accept who I am and realize that the person I was living that whole time was not the real me, at least in the physical. I've always been me as far as the emotional and the mental side, but just the physical side wasn't me those 48 years. I've also had a chance to talk about my viewpoints on the community as a whole, but I haven't really spent much of any time talking about my actual transition as to how it is going right now. So I want to spend a little time and talk about that, and I also really want to start getting into the main reason why I started doing these vlogs. Yes, I'm doing it to be able to open up and get some of the stuff out that has been driving me insane for all of my life. But I also wanted to be maybe that beacon of hope that somebody else that's going through some of the things that I went through, they can see that there is a light that is not a bus or not a train at the end of the tunnel. There's an actual legitimate freedom and light at the end of that tunnel. And I want to talk about some of the things that I perceived that I would be dealing with and how I've been able to deal with some of the things that I have noticed. So, my transition so far, to kind of give you an idea of where I'm at, I have just hit my 1 year mark being on hormone replacement therapy. The good news is that I have seen some changes. The news that I'm sure everyone can relate to is I don't see as much as I would like, and I definitely don't see it as fast as I would like to see it. That's, I think, a thing that everybody goes through whether they're losing weight or, they're going through puberty or things like that. So patience is a virtue, patience is key, but I am getting there, slowly but surely. I did have a chance to talk with my doctor that I'm seeing for my transition care, and he has been absolutely amazing. And we started talking about progesterone treatment, which is a step that I don't know if I'll actually need to take, but it's not a step that I'm going to be taking right now. Right now, they want to look at the 2-year mark due to the fact that it's about 2 years worth of changes that the estroidal or the estrogen hormone will do to my body, and then it's pretty much going to level out. So that means like breast development. Whatever my breast develop to in the next year is pretty much where they're going to stop as far as like mammary gland development and so forth. Now with progesterone, that can do some things with fat distribution along those lines that can enhance those things, but my doctor really doesn't want me on them right now because of the inherent risks that do come with being on progesterone. The primary one being blood clots. And, being at my age, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm more of that mid to late summer chicken. That risk is a little bit higher. So if I am on it, it's going to be probably something I'm not on for a long period of time, just to minimize those risks. But it may also be something where in a year's time frame we decide that that's not the route that would be best for me health-wise, but there are surgical options that I can utilize to get more in line with where I want my development to be. And that was another thing as well, is where do I want my development to be? And that's a hard one to kind of nail down. With me personally, I just want my development to look natural. I want to have a size and a shape that is very natural for my stature and my build. I don't want anything over the top. I don't want to look like there's nothing either. So I just want a very natural look to me as far as my features, my shape, my weight, all of that. And hopefully we'll get there at some point in time. I will say that on the lines of having seen some changes, I am starting to get a little bit more confident with some of the changes that I have seen. For one, today was the first time that I had decided, I didn't need to do all my makeup. I want to see how I feel with just a minimal amount of makeup. So when I went out today, I just put on a little bit of powder foundation, slight amount of blush, and mascara, and that was it. And I can say I actually felt fine. I didn't feel like I thought I would feel a year and a half ago if I ever dared try that, where it would look like a guy wearing makeup. I actually felt fine. So, thumbs up to me on that one. Again, there is progress, slowly but surely, and we will get there. As far as my transition, the one thing that probably disheartens me the most is my hair. I do understand that, yes, I won't, likely develop any hips. I'm probably not going to develop otherwise how I would like to. But to have my hair the way that it is, where I have a really good amount on the sides and in the back, but this section of my hair is pretty lacking. And it's disheartening because there really aren't a lot of options that I really want to do that could rectify that problem. I could always wear wigs. They give me headaches. They're very hot. They're very uncomfortable. So that's not a route I want to go. I want to maintain as much of a natural look as I can. Maybe one of these days my hair will get long enough and I can get fake bangs or something along those lines to give me a little bit more hair up front. But it's one thing that I try to do the best that I can with what I've got, and shy of like getting hairline reconstruction or things of that nature, it's really hard to see how that's really going to improve in the future. With that being said, let's talk about how my transition has gone in regards to my fears. When I started this journey, I put it off for so many years because of the tremendous fear I had about me being me. Society is not nice at all. For anything a person has different with them than the status quo. Whether that's gender, whether that's sex, whether that's race, creed, nationality, anything like that. If you are different than the status quo will definitely let you know and how much they don't like it. So that was a big fear of mine. It caused a tremendous amount of dysphoria and dysmorphia because I couldn't be who I am. And every time I looked at myself, all I ever saw was an ugly man in a dress. As I have transitioned, I knew that I would have a lot of fears in regards to if I saw myself as a man in a dress when I went out there, how much more was that going to be shown to me that that's exactly who I was by society? And to be honest, I haven't had nearly the experiences in a negative way that I thought I would. I guess one of the reasons is maybe because I haven't noticed them. And I say that because I am an introvert. Yes, I'm here talking on the camera, through the microphone. I work in an office setting, and I enjoy being at work more than I enjoy not being there. But when it comes to social situations, I am an extreme introvert. It's hard for me to open up. It's hard for me to communicate. It's very hard for me to let my guard down. And I guess that has been advantageous because as I go through, let's say I'm going to the store, like I did today, went to the store, went to get groceries, I really don't see if I'm getting a lot of stares or if people are kind of gossiping about me, because I really don't look at people. If a person's right here, I'm looking way down there, past them. Yes, sometimes I do see people as I walk by, and yeah, I do get stares. I mean, for crying out loud, I'm 6 feet tall. I know for one, I'm not going to pass. I do look like someone that wasn't born a female, but I'm tall. There's not too many 6-foot women walking around out there. And that's if I'm flat-footed. If I put on some heels, holy cow, I'm pushing 6'4". That can be intimidating for a lot of people, mostly guys. But I don't see it as much as I thought I would. Yet again, I really haven't gone very far outside of the Denver metro area, so who knows how that will be like this summer when I've got a road trip planned to the Grand Canyon, or next year when I'm already starting a road trip plan that's going to take me through, I think I figured it was like 13 U.S. states and 5 Canadian provinces, all on that 3-week road trip. So I may see it a little bit more then, but who knows? I may still be pleasantly surprised. Now, I know that there are individuals out there that have not had that experience. And do I have any magic cure-all that can help you better deal with those type of situations? Unfortunately, I don't. The only thing that I can say is try just to not give them the benefit of you paying attention to them. Go on with what you need to do. You need to get groceries? Get groceries. You need to buy makeup? Buy makeup. You need to go get gas? Go get gas. Are people going to look? Probably, because that's what we do. If we see something that's not the norm, we look. We gawk. We stare. We have this certain look on our face like disgust, whatever. That's their problem. It's not yours. And it took me a long time to understand that the issues that go on that cause these people to look at me and cause these people to probably talk about me, it's not my problem. That's impacting their life, their vision of life, their happiness, whatever. That's their problem. It's not mine. I'm getting through my day. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm enjoying my life. And there's no need for me to make their problem my problem. So that's my little bit of advice for you, is if you find yourself in that situation, and I know it can be a very unnerving situation, but if you find yourself there, let them have their problems. That's theirs to have. But don't let them make their problem yours. Well, it's time for us to go ahead and wrap up this vlog. I have had a chance to at least give you a little bit of an update as far as what's going on, and hopefully start spreading a message of you can get through this even when other people are just being obnoxious idiots and having a difficult time processing your happiness because they may not be having happiness in their own life. So stay strong out there, and we will talk to you later. Take care.